Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to learn about what is JSX and how JSX is used in React.js, so JavaScript extension or XML. JSX will allow to configure any expression and store in a variable reference. So generally, JSX is a statistically typed object-oriented programming language. So it compiles to standalone JavaScript and use all the features of JavaScript. JSX supports both primitive and non-primitive data types as supported by JavaScript. Where let and const are the default variables that are supported by JSX. JSX expressions are directly defined without enclosing in quotes. So that whenever we are going to define variables that are handling using JSX, they must be initialized. And JSX supports all the JavaScript functions. Now, what JSX, why it is used? JSX supports OOPs, that is object-oriented programming concept, and JSX supports modules, and JSX supports function, and finally the most important, JSX is used with React.js. And every JSX program must contain underscore main class, which is a startup class in the JSX. That is, whenever you are going to write any JSX program, it must contain the main class. Now, let me open my VS Code. So this is my VS Code. Here I have created a file called mypro.jsx. So in this I am going to demonstrate all the types of JSX that are supported. Now coming to the first one, let me open this, that is OOPs concept. So generally JSX supports the concept of OOPs, that is object-oriented programming. So in object-oriented programming, a contract defines the rules for designing any component. So contracts are specified by using interface. So interface can contain only rules. So general object-oriented programming concepts like interface and abstract class are supported by using JSX. So in this program, I have written one interface with a name called product name. It consists of an abstract function print name. Here the return type is going to be used as void. And similarly, the interface is closed here, and I am going to open another class which is an abstract class which consists of a function called print price. So in order to get the output, I am going to use a keyword called log. And now I am going to define another class which is called as a product that will extend the class and also implements the interface. So here it will extend the class called product price and implements an interface called product name. So which is going to override a function that is print name. And I am going to display certain message here. After all these interface and classes, I am going to define the main class. So in the main class, it consists of every JSX program must contain a main class, and main is the startup class in a JSX. In JSX program, there can be any number of classes, but it starts with only underscore main class. And now the main class contains a function called main function with return type as void, and I'm going to create an object for the class, and along with this I'm going to call this methods, that is print name and as well as print price. So whenever we are going to write any JSX program, we need to install JSX first. So the JSX can be installed by using the command called npm install -z JSX. So here using this command, it is going to be installed. When once the JSX is installed, we are going to create a program with .jsx extension. Now I am going to save this program and I am going to open my command prompt. So here this is my command prompt and I am going to, yes. So here I am going to navigate to src folder. Now I am going to run my program. In order to run the program, we are going to use the command JSX run program name, that is mypro.jsx. So it will clearly display the output. So in this way, JSX supports the concept of OOPs. Now I am going to comment this one and I am going to open the concept of modules. That is, JSX supports two types of predefined modules. So what are two predefined modules? Timer.jsx and web.jsx. Now here I am going to demonstrate the timer.jsx. For this I am going to import the module called timer.jsx. So in the main class I am going to define a static function with return type as void, and I am going to call set timeout function of the timer package. In this I am going to print a message called hello JSX, that is log will display the message in the output, and I am going to give certain timer, and after certain time I am going to print another message. So there is a time gap between these two messages. So let me save this program and I am going to open my command prompt, and here I am going to clear the screen. I am going to run the program, and you can clearly see that first the message is going to be displayed. After a few seconds another message is going to be displayed. So here hello JSX and welcome. So in this way we can set the timer for the particular messages in JSX. Now I am going to highlight this one, and unhighlight the concept of functions and as well as closure in JSX. So that is, we can define the functions in JSX with the help of a keyword called const. So this const keyword along with var is going to be used in React.js also. Now here I am going to define a variable with a name called username, and I am going to define a function called constructor. And in the constructor also I am going to define another variable name which acts as a function. So JSX is an anonymous function. Like in Python, we are going to have an anonymous function. JSX also supports the concept of anonymous. That is, here hello acts as a function, but hello itself here is a variable. So here hello is a variable and as well as function also. So in the main class, I am going to call the main function, and I am going to save this program, and I am going to run this again. I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to run my program. So it will throw an warning. So no issues. The message displayed as hello power. So in this way, JSX supports the concept of OOPs and as well as functions and as well as timer. Now, what is JSX with React.js? So JSX supports the concept of React.js also. So in this, I am going to highlight my first program, and the JSX generally the elements are declared by using a predefined keyword called const. So in const, I am going to define a message called welcome to JSX program within the HTML code. That is, JSX is nothing but it will support the concept of HTML in React.js with the help of JSX. So I am going to define a predefined variable called root, and I am going to call a React DOM package, and I am going to call a method called create root. So document.get element by ID of root, which displays the message, and I am going to render my element. So I am going to save this one, and I am going to open my command prompt, and I am going to start the program. That is, let me say npm start, and I am going to start the server. So it will display a message called what I am given is welcome to JSX program. So let me, yes, I am going to select yes, and I am going to start again. Yes, the server is started. Now here I am going to run the server, deployment server, and I am going to start the program. So let me say it will display a message called welcome to JSX program. So like this, I am going to highlight the second one also. Here I am going to highlight this one, and I am going to unhighlight the second program, that is without using JSX. So without using JSX means we are going to create the element with the help of tag only. That is, here the message is displayed without using JSX. So with JSX means we can include the HTML code, and without JSX means we have to write separately the within closed and opening braces. So I am going to save this one. I am going to run this again. So let me say, so it must display a message called without using a JSX. It will take time. Yes, 1 second. I am going to define here. So React DOM, and I am going to unhighlight these packages. I am going to highlight this one. Now it will display the output. Yes, without using JSX. Now, what is the concept of third one? So in React.js, we can use the expressions also with JSX. So while defining any expression, I am going to here write like this. So React is, I am going to add certain things which is better than JSX, and I am going to use the same const React DOM.create root with document.get element by ID, and I am going to print a message here, and I am going to save this one, and I am going to run this. So it will display a message. So React is 166 times better than JSX. Similarly, we can also use the class component in React.js, that is with the help of JSX. That is, here I have used a class component that will extend React.component. So if at all the class component is going to extend the React.component, we are going to use a render function to provide certain styling for the messages, and I am going to return this with the help of a message. That is, here I have displayed a message called www.kvncollege along with my style. Here I am going to mention the style for the specific font. I am going to save this one, and I am going to run this program, and I am going to save this one, and I am going to run this one. Yes, you can clearly see that www.kvncollege.com. So in this way, the JSX is used in React.js along with OOPs concept and modules and as well as functions also. Thank you.